Gyms were the one place we could go to in peace and work out, reflect, focus, and become better versions of ourselves. Now, going to the gym is a task in itself. If you go to the gym today, you can bet you'll encounter at least one woman with a camera or her phone on a tripod, trying to record everything she can so she can get all the curvy angles, which she can then edit and post online on her social media and dating accounts, where millions of thirsty guys have the opportunity to see her, and more of her. However, God forbid if you glance at her while you're walking in that area, or are working out in that area, or actually need to use the machine she's been hogging for the last 2 hours. She's going to want to catch you looking at her as she spreads her legs in a weird yoga pose. She's then going to upload your face for the whole of the internet to see and label you as a creep who was allegedly following her around just so he could creep on her as she was innocently working out, totally minding her own business. See, they make it sound as if the guy was just out there just to take a look at her because he's that desperate to see a woman work out in real life. There's one thing behind all of this, and it's validation. I've started to believe that most women are now addicted to instant and daily validation. If they don't get it for some time, they start to do risky things and start acting out against men because they're so desperate and hungry for attention, which they didn't get, that they end up doing things such as recording themselves wearing tightly fitted clothes in the gym and then recording themselves online. The cherry on the cake is if they catch a guy glancing toward her, then they can get 1,000 brownie validation points from social media for being an innocent victim. There's only one thing in these videos that's creepy, and it's having a camera in the place where people do their workouts and are looking to learn from and take inspiration from fellow gym-goers. They are probably glancing, wondering how long it can take you to set up a tripod on top of your short sets where you're on the equipment next to their circuit, which is also why they are following you. If you want to be a famous gym influencer, take the money you make and book private sessions. The rest of us have got to stay focused on putting in the big reps and big lifts so we can get back to our work an hour later. What's hilarious to me is that these women don't want men looking at them, but they record their gym sessions to put on social media for millions to see. In the background, you can see women and men trying to work out in peace. Did they get asked if it was okay if they were in her video that would be seen by a lot of people? I'm guessing not. I'd argue filming yourself, and by default filming others in the gym, is much worse than a guy glancing in your direction. As many people tend to point out on these videos, the fact they are worried about one guy looking but uploading themselves to thousands of dudes online is just insane. I love how these girls complain about people looking at them in the gym while they are recording themselves for possibly thousands of people to see them with a close-up view on TikTok. Men and women are supposed to look at each other as a social reality. If they attract, okay. If they don't, okay. It's not a big deal, but everyone seems to think it is. It is interesting women's tendency to elbow their way into men's, or primarily men's, spaces, and then demand everyone and everything change to suit them. Generally, the pattern goes something like this. There is a male space where merit and competitiveness are highly encouraged. Women cry about inequality and force their way in, demand it changes to suit women's sensibilities, and be hyperprotective of women. The men lose interest and competitiveness and begin to drift away to find something else to do, and the environment becomes virtually devoid of men, or mostly the less competitive men remain. With no attention to be gained from high-quality men, the women drift away too, having destroyed the environment that once was, only to seek out the next make environment. There is something in female psychology that demands depriving men of male-only spaces, not just for the sake of women getting attention from men. But I believe also it's a form of control or manipulating men's behavior. Something like, from women's perspective, an instinctive suspicion about men, especially in a group who are not being influenced by women. It is so much better for men to do their own workout at home or at a men's gym only. Modern women also accuse these men at the gym of something they did not do. He's doing his own workout and he minding his own business. Men prefer doing their own workouts at home and going to an all-men gym. I don't blame the men. I've done the same, and so should you all. The U.S. home fitness equipment market size was valued at $4 or $81 billion in 2022, and is projected to grow from $5.09 billion in 2023 to $8.50 billion by 2030. And a major part of what is leading to this expected growth is the fact that men have grown tired of women taking up space in gyms along with their equipment and bringing drama to the one place these men used to go to better themselves and de-stress. Years ago, there were men-only clubs. Women protested and forced their way in. Now all these organizations are co-ed or have women-friendly areas. Recently, there was a barbershop that tried to be men-only, but women protested. Why would women want their hair cut by a barber instead of going to a stylist? There are women-only gyms in most cities, but no men-only gyms. The rationale for the women-only gyms is that women need a place to work out away from the male gaze. The excuse that I've heard for why there are no men-only gyms is that men wouldn't go there because there are no women to look at, or that men don't need to be protected from women, so men-only gyms are inherently misogynistic. All of which is ironic, since it's the men who are under threat from attention-seeking women with cell phones. The guys simply want to work out, but can't, while these women tie up the equipment. At some point, someone is going to open a men-only gym, and its success will inspire others to do the same. While a lot of the growth in the home fitness industry can be attributed to COVID-19, which changed people's mindsets about public gyms, there's also the factor of men avoiding women at the gym who only visit to record themselves, working out, and showcase themselves online to millions of followers around the world. Anytime men have something that makes them happy that doesn't include women, women squash it. A wife can have the entire house, while the man has to make the basement or the garage a man cave. It's like women can't bear to see men happy. We had men's and women's only gyms, but the women insisted on being allowed to enter into men's gyms. After that, the attacks on men started. Men can avoid taking, looking, or helping women, but if a woman is upset and wants to destroy a guy, she can falsely accuse the guy. They know they don't need facts to support the false accusation. The guy loses everything. Brothers, we need to push to get men's only gyms back. The unique selling point of gyms is having a community of people who all work out and keep each other motivated to work out. You don't need any of the equipment or any of the special techniques to get fit. Home gyms and personal gym equipment are very accessible and cheap. 2 sets of dumbbells are really all you need in terms of equipment, weights, and some space. With a few dumbbells, you can hit every major muscle group. Investing in an adjustable bench allows you to do even more, and it doesn't take up that much space. The bench and dumbbells pay for themselves with the money you saved on gym memberships. The influencers who make it a case to do dumb stuff in gyms, who happen to mostly be narcissistic female influencers, are ruining it for everyone. It is way too dangerous to go to the gym. We, men, gave women a target by saying go to the gym and focus on yourself. Stop giving them targets to come after our likes and hobbies to destroy. Say things like hanging out in the laundry room or working in the woods cutting firewood to stay in shape. It is a social war. Women probably forgot that a human's eye has a thing called focus. So, while you think that a person is staring at you, it's actually looking past you. Or his vision is even unfocused at all, and it's looking somewhere into abyss, into nowhere. Thanks for watching The Circle of Kings. As always, we're looking forward to your support. So please hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with everything all kings like yourself need to know.